Hello, third grade, and welcome to Positive Action for Today. Now, I want you to look at this quote from Franklin Delano Roosevelt. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States during World War II, once spoke to Americans about their real and very understandable fears. His words, now famous, were, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." What do you think he meant by that? Did he mean that truly positive people have the strength and the courage to do things that must be done? Often the thing you fear isn't as bad as the uncomfortable time you have being scared about it. President Roosevelt knew that people of his country were strong, but he also knew that if they did not manage their normal and understandable fear, it would take over their lives and manage them instead. This is true for all of us, even if our fears are not great as those of a big country. Now let's look at some parts of fear. Now, everyone has fear. It's normal to be scared every now and then. Even really brave people like your parents sometimes still get scared. And not everyone has the same fears. For example, some people are afraid of high places, yet others love to fly or climb mountains. Although our fears are not all the same, each person's fear is real. We must learn to manage our fears so they don't manage us. It is even good at times to be afraid. Did you know that it's okay to be afraid? I'm afraid to drive 100 miles an hour in my car. This is a healthy fear because it keeps me safe. There's a lot of healthy fears to have. When you are afraid, don't let fear manage you. Fear can make you alert in a dangerous situation, but you have to control it for it to be useful. You must manage your fear by taking positive actions. Now, giving in to fear can make us feel very negative, but acknowledging our fears and taking steps to manage them positively will make us stronger. We will feel good about who we are and what we are doing to manage our fears. All our fears are different, so the positive actions you choose to manage your fears will be different. Let's discuss a few examples. On your class kit, please follow along with me. So in this first section, we have our fears. And this second section, we are going to brainstorm some ways to manage these fears. So let's say we are afraid of doing poorly in school. Think about some things we can do to help us manage that fear and not be afraid of it. If you have your own idea, you can write that out. One idea I have is that you could complete homework and study, so then you're more confident in your schoolwork. You can go ahead and type one of those out. How could we manage the fear of losing something, like losing your favorite toy? Well, you could practice putting things away or keeping them in a safe place. Maybe you've seen your parents have something really special and they put it in a big lockbox. So then they can manage that fear of losing something. Or about losing a particular person and them not being your friend anymore. To manage that fear, you could be nice to that person or get to know them a little better. so you have more confidence in your relationship. And finally, one that we've probably all experienced is the fear of an experience, such as flying, riding a bike, going somewhere, or doing something new. Some ways to manage this fear is to ask a friend to do it with you. You could also take small steps to shrink the fear. So if you're afraid of riding a bike, maybe one day you just sit on a bike. Then maybe the next day you walk on the bike. And then the day after that you try to push on one pedal. Then you try to push on 2 pedals and do small steps. Go ahead and write out all of these positive actions that can help us control our fear. And we'll continue looking at more ways to manage and use our positive actions in our following lessons.